Hello everybody, it's Maikito. Everybody's having a good day so far. Had a good day yesterday. There was no video just because one, it wasn't that big of a slate. It was 4 games. Sure, it was enough to make a video, but one, I didn't find anything that I liked, and two, especially after last video, I thought I'd just take a day to just kind of take a little mental break. That way we can do better than what we did last video. As you can tell, it was not a great video, but tomorrow is a pretty big slate. A lot of Serie A games, a lot of Premier League games. There's even second division England league games, in which I do money lines there as well. So, and I did find plays that I did like, and as always, if I do have any added plays, they will be in the pinned comment either later tonight or tomorrow morning before game start and stuff like that, because lineups do change, lines change and stuff like that. You guys know how it goes. But as always, I'll just get straight into the picks. And the first one is Eberici Eze to go higher than 3 shots, playing at home for Crystal Palace, going up against Southampton. He's averaged 3.62 shots per 90 so far, which is good. He's had 3+ in 3 out of 7 games that he's played at home, which might not sound great, but when you look at the games that he's played at home and the opponents that he has faced, he went under against Man U, who allowed the 3rd least shots. They went up against Liverpool, who allowed the 2nd least shots. They went up against Man City, who allowed the least shots in the league, and Newcastle, who allowed the 9th least. So they were all really tough matchups, but now it is literally the opposite. They're playing Southampton, who allowed the 2nd most shots in the league at 18.2, which is great for us. First of all, they can't defend skillers, and they can't defend against long shots. And I mentioned those two specifically because Eze is a great dribbler who can, one, take shots not only from just the passes that he will receive from his teammates, but also because he's a great dribbler, he can create his own chances. And again, especially against a team like Southampton who allow a lot of shots and can't defend skillers, it's going to be a great matchup for him. And he's also a long shot taker. He's taking more shots from outside the box than he has from inside the box. He's taking 27 from outside, 20 from inside. He's also very versatile, who can shoot with both feet, 27 with his right, 19 with his left. And not just that, he is also their set piece taker and will shoot off the free kicks when they get those opportunities. And I mentioned that specifically as well because Southampton is an aggressive team who actually have the most yellow cards given to them in the league and allow the 5th most fouls. There's a good chance they'll get at least 1 or 2 free kicks, and he can take a shot from those. And just overall, it's just a good matchup. They allow a lot of shots. They are weak against dribblers, which is what he is. They're weak at defending long shots, which is what he is. And he's a set piece taker, and they allow a lot of fouls. It's just a good matchup and a good line, especially at home. If this gets bumped up to 3.5, you can still take it there. But at 3.0, I really like the value you're getting here. So like Eberici Eze to go higher than 3 shots. And then the second prop that I found that I like is Ouattara to go higher than 1.5 shots, playing away from home for Bournemouth, going up against Fulham. First of all, last time Bournemouth played, I had to Kluivert higher than 2 shots, and that prop didn't hit. And the reason why that didn't hit was because of this player right here. He ball hogged the last game, and if he's gonna do it that game, he better do it again, and he better come through for us this time. He's gotten over in his last 4 out of 5 games. 2 of those coming off the bench, where he only played like, what, 25 minutes or so, 25 to 30 minutes, and he still went over in those games. And the only game he went under in the last 5 was against Man U. Like I mentioned in the last prop, they allowed the 3rd least shots. Fulham allowed the 6th least shots, which you might think might be a tough matchup. But first of all, I like the line, and second of all, due to team injuries and lineups, I really like this prop. If you look at all the other wingers that Bournemouth play, Kluivert, who I had last game, is suspended due to too many yellow cards. Sinistera, their other wingers, injured. And then Tavernier, their other winger, are all injured. So the only 2 wingers they have is Semenyo and Ouattara. So 1, that guarantees him play time, and 2, that guarantees him a lot of play time because a lot of their wingers are injured and he will need to play a lot of minutes. I also like this prop because he's a very versatile winger. He has taken 9 shots with his left, 8 with his right, and 7 headers. And those headers specifically, he's 5'10", so he's decently tall. Not super tall or anything, but he's decently tall. But he has won 96% of the aerial duels that he's taken. So he's a great aerial threat as well. That's without counting, obviously, him being able to shoot with both feet. So he can shoot from literally anywhere. And that's another fact that I like as well. And the candidate is very, very likely to be for Bournemouth because of these injuries and suspension. It's going to be Philip Billing, who, first of all, passes more than he does shoots. He's a pretty good through ball passer, which is good for us. But 2, he is also much more of a defensive midfielder than he is an attacking midfielder. So if anything, that just means more attacking responsibility for Ouattara, and I think at 1.5, I think you're getting a good line here, considering all their injuries that they're playing and how versatile he is in the team, and his teammates that's going to be around them. So I like this line. We just need to take 2 shots. So like Dango Ouattara to go higher than 1.5 shots. Thank you everybody for watching so far. If you could please like the video if you're enjoying the content, and if you also could comment as well. It helps boost the video out to more people. I'll read all the comments, all your guys' support. If you have any questions about any lines or anything like that, I know a lot of people like to ask me about what about this player, what do you think about this line? You're more than welcome to drop a comment, and you could also ask questions on my Discord. It's not a premium, it's completely free. If you want to join, again, you can ask questions there. It's where people post their own lines, post their own plays. A lot of great people over there who post their own slips as well. So if you want to join that, completely free. And if you want to support the channel just a little more, I do have the YouTube membership for those that are interested. For those that want to get the videos out early before they go public. If you don't have the membership, those that are members did get this video out before you guys. They got other plays up because these lines do tend to get bumped and taken away pretty soon, sometime soon, depending on how many people actually bet on the players that I put. And then any picture that you see on the screen, data is from a data app called Outlier. Interested in that, link in the description as well. And I know people last video asked me if I could do a little demonstration on how I use it. I'll probably do the next video, go a little in depth in the beginning or at the end of the video for those that are interested. If you are interested in that, let me know. Same thing with all my player prop apps and money lines, all linked in the description. And I really want to thank anybody who supports me in any way. But other than that, I'm just going to get straight into the money lines. And the first play that I found that I like is AC Milan to go under 1.5 goals going up against AS Roma. You can currently get this at minus 145. In 11 away games that Roma has played, they have not conceded 2+ in 8 out of 11 games. They've only conceded 2+ in 3 out of those 11 games. And the main reason why I like this play is because AC Milan have 2 very key injuries. 2 injuries and 1 player that's not playing, and I'll mention that later on. But the 2 key injuries is Pulisic, who has 9 goals and assists, and Leao, who has 7 goals and assists. Their 2 best attackers are both out injured. That's going to be extremely pivotal for this game and for AC Milan. Rafael Leao came out injured in their last game 32 minutes in, and Milan really struggled to score and were barely able to scrape a 1-0 win away from home against Hellas Verona, who are actually the worst defense in the league, who have conceded 40 goals in 17 games, so they average 2.35 goals. They barely struggled to score 1 against the worst defensive team, and now they're playing against AS Roma, who are an average defense, if anything, a good defense, depending on who they play and how they're playing. And I like them to just go out there and not allow more than 2 goals, especially after AC Milan have 2 pivotal injuries. And also their left back, who's also a great overlapping and attacking threat, Theo Hernandez, has been exiled and hasn't been playing the last couple games, and still won't play this next game, very likely, because of his future, him not knowing if he wants to stay or not. So he hasn't been playing, and he's another very key important player in their attack, in their overlap, who he himself as the defender has 4 goals and assists. So just off of them right there, that's 20 goals and assists from AC Milan. That's about half, if not more than that, of their goals that they've scored so far in the league are completely gone. So they just don't really have a lot of players. That Morata can't create his own chances. Tammy Abraham can't create his own chances. They might play a youngster on the wing. The only player they could possibly have to rely on is Chukwueze, but because he's the only player, I expect AS Roma to shift their the defensive focus over to him. And because he plays on the right, that's where they play Angelino on the left. So I just think it's going to be very tough for AC Milan, and a good advantage that I expect Roma to take care of. So I just like this line, especially at the value you're getting here. So I like the AC Milan lower than 1.5 goals going up against AS Roma for minus 145. And the second play that I found that I like is Watford's money line for minus 125 going up against Cardiff City. They're undefeated at home, 9 wins, 2 draws. They're good in the attack, and they're even better on defense. They've scored 17 goals and have only conceded 6 goals in those 11 games, which is good for us. And they also came through for us last game, so why not rely on them again? Even though it was a bit sweaty, they still came through. Cardiff are yet to win a single away game. They are bad. They've scored 10 goals in 11 games, so they're not bad when it comes to the attack, but they're really bad on defense, conceding 21 goals in 11 games. And in their last 9 games, they are yet to win, with 6 of those 9 games being losses, 3 of those being draws. So they're not good. They're in bad form, which is perfect for us, perfect for Watford. And they're bad at defending through balls. First of all, Cardiff already have 5 first team injuries from their starters that are out, which is even better for Watford again. And like I mentioned, they're bad at defending through balls. Watford attempt them a lot. Cardiff aren't a clinical team. Watford is a clinical team who score 1.5 goals on average from 4.1 shots on target. That's a 37% conversion rate. And Watford take on average 13.9 shots in general, while Cardiff allowed 13.3 shots away from game. So it's just equivalent to what they take. And if they get those chances, they will score against Cardiff. Cardiff again, are a decent attack, but they're a horrible defense, and I easily see Watford outscoring them, whether it's a 1-0 win or a 2-1 win. And I think it's a good matchup at home. They came through for us last game, though they don't have any major injuries, and they've been playing great. Cardiff are in very bad form, so why not take advantage? I think you're getting good value here. They won't lose. It's just whether they can outscore Cardiff. So I like this line. I like the Watford money line for -125 going up against Cardiff City. Thank you everybody for watching. Quickly going over last video's picks. I did mention it wasn't a great day, and it wasn't a great day. If it wasn't for the added play, we would have gone 0-3, but we went 1-3. The only play I had one added play, and that was Thankszs to go higher than 2.5 shots. He hit like 15 minutes into a game, so that was the only good highlight of that day. But Dunk higher than 76.5 passes. He went under. I believe he had like 70 passes or something like that. Watching the game was frustrating. He had a lot of times where they could have passed on the ball, but they didn't. And just in general, Brighton just couldn't score, so they were focused a lot on attacking on the other side and not passing it to him. And then Martinelli higher than 0.5 shots on target. He just didn't get the ball. He didn't take a single shot in the game. And Arsenal in general barely scraped a 1-0 win against Ipswich. So in general, it was just a disappointing game for them. And I mentioned before, Brighton, we needed them to score 2 for the ladder challenge. It was a 0-0 game. I guarantee you, nobody, the value you would have got for them, neither team scoring would have been crazy. I did not expect that game to go the way that did. So at the end of the day, it was just bad reads on my part. It wasn't a great day, but the best we can do, as always, is move on to tomorrow's slate. The reads are there. They were both close, obviously, but we can't do anything about that now. Again, best we can do is move on, and I have a great feeling about tomorrow. As always, I have an added plays. They will be linked in the description. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.